Remember this guy, Gary, the guy who doesn't know how to do his job, doesn't have a clue what's going on in the world of his job. He thinks he can control everything. The new Canada security guy, yeah, he's sneaking something in, and I think we all should know about it, and everybody should be telling everybody else about this. So let's have a look. Yeah, Gary, he's sneaking in that cash is not king anymore. They snuck this thing in with the border control bill. So as you know, they're bringing up a stronger border control thing so that they can't bring that thing called F over and all other things. Everything that comes from America into Canada and from Canada into America that we can't really talk about on YouTube, or else we get we get yeah, bumf. Anyway, Garway and his friends have all put together, got the brains going, and they said, "Hey, why don't we push a bank digital currency where everybody has to do any transaction over $10,000 and they have to do it through the bank so that we all know about it." Yeah, and what I think this is pushing towards is a digital currency, so that they can give you some kind of credit score and say, "Hey, you can't be spending money on that. That's a gas car. We want you to buy electric cars, so we're not going to let that money go through for that car." And yeah, don't think you're going to be paying cash for it and trying to avoid us, because yeah, this is the new rule. This is the rule that we're just going to put in now. We're going to sneak it in right down at the bottom of the new immigration law. Yeah, it says, yeah, no cash deals over $10,000. That, yep. And even if you break it up, into little bits, like let's just say you're having a kitchen done, and you said, well, what I'll do is 1 week I'll pay you $4,000 for the units, and then what we'll do to get around the cash is the next week I'll give you $3,000 for the floor, and then I'll give you the rest when you finish. No, you can't break it up. There is going to be no cash deals over $10,000, because they want you to go and go to the digital currency. And do you know what I think that is for? Right? This is building up to digital IDs, 15-minute cities, and all that garbage. Yeah, it might be conspiracy, but we were conspiracying about cash is not king years and years ago, right? And about how people were keeping money under the mattress because, as long as you got cash, you're good. Not in Canada. If you got cash, just make sure you're buying something that isn't more than $10,000, and you're not buying a lot of things that are almost $10,000, because this digital currency is what they want to push. They want to push that. How will that work, do you think? I think what will happen, this is just my opinion. What do you guys think? I think they want to push the bank's digital currency, right, to compete against Bitcoin and stuff like that, and keep stuff in the banks and have control over what the banks can release to you to spend. Because what they'll do is they will look at, oh, look, that guy there, he's got a YouTube channel and he's not very nice. He doesn't talk nicely about Mark Carney. So let's lower his points. And then when he needs money to do something, we can say, no, you've got to be a gooder person to get your points up. Or let's say that lady there, she wants to buy a gas car. Oh, no, we don't want people buying gas cars anymore. We want you buying electronic cars. Yeah, we want them to, we want to sell more of them. Or, oh, that person wants to buy a Chinese car or an American car. Oh, no, you can only buy a Canadian car. You can't have choice. We don't want you to have choice. These are all things that your digital ID and your credit score and other things will go in. What about another thing? We were talking about the 15-minute cities. What about if you pay for gas at the gas pump and you're using your card, yeah, and you, let's say you're doing a road trip and you've done like 2,000 kilometers. You're going across Canada, yeah, and you get to the last couple of last 1,000 kilometers, and you put your card in, and the government say, "I'm sorry, you've used your quota of fossil fuel for this month. We can't let you have any more. Please stay home." I'm not home. I'm in the middle of, I'm in Alberta, or I'm in, I'm halfway across Canada. I can't do that. I have to call my bank and say, "Oh, you need to let me have some money," and they just say, "I'm sorry, but you've been using fossil fuel, and that's really not good. You should have done it in an electric car." Yes, and maybe not got anywhere near. Do you understand what I mean? They want control over your money and your life, and this is the start of it, by restricting people to only restricting people and the way that they can use cash. Yeah, no transactions over $10,000. They snuck that one in, didn't they? Hey, fucking hell.